We are going to start. I'm going to write down what we're doing. Yeah, we're on time. I like just finished. Tuesday, November 4th. We're doing 8th level, level 8, week 3, day 2, legs. All right. So you guys can all read that. Perfect. So we're going to be doing leg press. I don't know, let's say 10. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm going to be getting used to the weights and everything like that, so should be fun. This says back squat, but we're going to be doing leg press because I really want to try it out. The next we'll do RDLs, 3 by 10. The next is supposed to be the seated leg extension, but we're not going to be doing that, obviously. Hey, Bird, are you just joining? Can you hear me and everything? We will do reverse lunges, 3 by 10. Reverse lunges are a really good alternative to like a leg press. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Just going over what we're doing today, and then we'll do barbell, calf, raise. 3 by 10. Maybe. I don't know if I want to set up the calves. Oh, and then we got core, because we're not skipping core, right? Not anymore. Our days of skipping core are long behind us. Russian twists. Oh, that's not twists. And then we superset that with leg raises. Okay, I switched to lowercase. 3 by 10 each. Cool. Cool. So, while people are while people are rolling in, we will go over what we're doing again today. So, leg press, maiden voyage. Let's hope it's not like the Titanic. RDL, probably going to be barbell, but I'm leaving it open to dumbbell in case I don't want to get the barbell out. Reverse lunges are going to be body weight. Barbell calf raises, again, if I want to bust out the safety bar and do barbell calf raises, we will do that. I don't have an alternative in mind if we don't. And then Russian twists and leg raises, 3 by 10 across the board. And I don't have an idea on a lecture, but I was thinking since we did the fighter class before, we might do, I think we could either do the barbarian or the ranger. So I'll let you guys decide on what lecture we do. I think the ranger will be interesting because it'll probably be slightly different than your standard barbarian or standard fighter. And so we'll let you guys decide. And again, if you are interested in doing these workouts with me and 171 other workouts, actually I think there's more than that. This book, the Healthy Adventures 1 Year Beginner's Handbook, is completely free in our Discord. The ebook is completely free in our Discord. The Discord is also completely free. And Bird will be dropping the link here shortly. But there's a lot in here, from workouts to yesterday we just talked about meal prep. There's a meal prep guide in here. There's a sleep guide, which we can kind of talk about sleep tonight if we want to. And there's also 40 recipes in the cookbook, which, by the way, one of our wonderful clients was talking about how he's been going through some of these recipes, and is really enjoying the Ale House stew. Sorry, the Ale House Tavern stew. And so this one's a winner for sure. And that would be Lucky Legend if he jumps in here. And so I'm actually thinking about making content where I actually cook some of these stuffs out of the cookbook. And some are simple, some are a little bit more difficult. They each have challenge ratings, so you can kind of pick and choose which ones are easier and which ones are harder. The dinners tend to be a little bit more difficult, where some of them are only like a 2-star for the challenge rating. And look at this, nourishing cottage cheese treat is a 1-star. Anybody can do that. And so yeah, there's 30 recipes in the cookbook, and then there's 10 more a little bit earlier in the starter, or the starter kit. The starter kit is, yes, there we go. Oh, that didn't, I don't think that linked. No, because you didn't put a space after it. The starter kit's in the beginning. Think of it as like your tutorial. It's like a 1-week kind of plan for you, so it's all right. That small child is our garage cat, and he wants to be an indoor cat. So. Cool. So, any questions before we dive in? Like always, start your watch, or else it doesn't count. Also, I'm not exactly sure where I want to put you guys. I think over here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, bird. Let's hope I don't drop you guys like I did yesterday. Also, those of you wondering about the workout VODs on YouTube, not that it really matters to you guys because you see it live in action, they'll be posted tomorrow. My upload speeds today were like garbage. And so it took me like 3 hours to upload a video that was like 23 minutes, the meal prep lecture. I spliced that, uploaded that first, and then I'm uploading the VOD today. But that will be uploaded tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna move you guys. So bear with me here. I don't think you guys need to be on coat. Whoops. I'm thinking like right there. What do you guys think? Yeah, at least let me get everything plugged back in. I swear I'm at least a little bit better prepared than this normally. There we go. How is that? I think I need to move it so that way you guys can see the plates too. There we go. There's that. There. Looking good? Yep, we can see everything. Camera doesn't tend to finish you. So, maiden voyage. We're gonna start off light. We'll throw like a plate on. The one thing I could not figure out how to do was secure this. I was supposed to screw this in, but I did not. So let's give it a shot. All right. Oh, this also sucks to sit in. See, I need to screw that in, but I don't know how. The screws I had didn't fit. So. Not bad. This is more of me just trying it out than doing it right. Set. should probably grease these bad boys, but oh. How'd that look? What's up, Bowser? Good old big bean burrito. So I'm gonna admit, I'm already thinking about skipping cabs because I don't necessarily want to set that bar up just for that. And we're gonna do core today, so we'll see. Also, this is not comfortable. Boom. Oh, so when doing this is actually a good learning opportunity. Anytime you do a leg press, you want to keep your belly button into the seat. So grab the handles and you can kind of flex your stomach into it. Keep your heels on the platform. Ooh, push up. A lot of people will want to do something like this, where they just kind of open up their chest and relax, and that can cause your lower back to arch, which puts a lot of pressure from all of this into your lower back. And that's actually how I hurt my back pretty badly back in 2017. Yeah, I'll do that one. So, yeah, you don't want to arch your back, because again, it takes all this force into your lower back. And yeah, in 2017 I hurt my back. I had, I don't remember, probably like 700 pounds on a leg press like this. And it caused my lower back to hurt. And then like a week later we were doing plyometrics in school, because that's what you do in college. And I did like a power skip, landed on this side, and it fucked everything up again. And then after that I did 2 months of chiropractic, which doesn't work because chiropractic is kind of stupid. And then 2 months of physical therapy, and that's where that actually started helping. So let that be your guys' lesson. I'm also taking my pants off screen. Oh. Oh. All right, another plate. One worry that I had was these, I don't know how big they were, but they fit. They fit. Also, you guys like my fit, as the kids say? All ratted up. I don't know how to properly get in here. There we go. All right. There's a reason why I wear long pants. I got no quads. All right, I felt decent. Hips are a little fact. How'd that look? They look all right? You can't see it, but there's 3 plates on both sides. Also have this light right in my face. Oh, that was my first, I'll say that was my first working set. I think I might add a quarter. Sound good? out of space. Let me take a second to breathe. I'm gonna grab a drink. Good. This also is a hack squat. So that's where these come in. This platform lowers, and there's pads right here. You guys can see that. And so it turns, and then this platform, this pad gets put right there, and it turns into a nice hack squat, which is nice. Ooh, I said I was gonna cut calves out. I actually have a calf raise thing, so I can do that here. I can do calves here. That's what we'll do. Also, their platforms can move independently, but I have a bar in the middle keeping them together. So I wanted to try this together. So, oh, all right. How are we doing? I don't know how I feel about my boots on these, but we'll find out. Okay. Oh, again, always make sure hips are back, core is tight. Always take a second. Always keep your knees soft, not locked. I'm not going to show you locked. Especially in a position like this where all of the weight is coming down onto your joints. You don't want them to be in a real locked position. That felt good. Felt good. I think I'm gonna stay there. We'll call that. We'll do one more set and then we'll call that a day. So you said the internet went out. I'm here on this one. Oh, okay. You mean you're on mobile computer internet? We had internet trouble today. Like I said, my upload speeds were really poor, and then we reset the router. That helped. Our uploads should be, we pay for like 600 megs download, and then we get 20 megs upload, and today they're at like 1 meg upload. Reset the router, then it bumps up to like 10, and then like 2 hours later, or an hour later, the internet went out, and apparently it just went out again. Yeah. Hey, there you go. You're on them all. All right. Give me another second to breathe. That's all right. A boot. Your Canadian heritage is showing. Oh, also, this came with these bad boys that are for resistance bands. I don't know where they go. I think, no, because there's a spot right there for extra weights. I don't know where these go. Maybe right there? I don't know. Alright. Last set. In here. Okay, there's not an easy way to get in this fucking thing. Alright, again, hips back, belly button into the pad, and holding the handles to hold on to it. It's always good to do a quick, 3-second assessment right when you unrack to make sure everything's where it should be. Actually, that didn't feel bad at all. Alright. How'd that look? Look good? Look good? Alright, we're gonna move you guys. And hopefully a way that doesn't make you come tumbling down like that did. I need to fix my whole fucking setup. Alright, so I'm gonna take a second. Chat with you folks. How's that looking? That's a good spot. Just slightly weird angle though, isn't it? Oh, what is that, 40 pounds? Yeah. Yeah, it was only 40 pounds. For those just tuning in, I had 10 plates on both sides. I don't know where Pickle is. The way he was talking was he's gonna be home like Thursday, I think. Cool. I want to rant. Let's rant about something. Oh, so I think this one's a pretty common rant that people, they always want like fast results, right? And especially with it being like November going into the new year, essentially. Even myself are making posts about like how much weight you can actually lose in 2 months' time, and 10 pounds a month is not unrealistic, but there's a balance, right? There's a balance between how much weight you have to lose, for one, how much work and effort are you willing to put in, for two, is that effort sustainable, for three, or is this going to be another 2 month long crash diet and harsh workout that you're used to doing, to where come January 1st, instead of starting a New Year's resolution, you're gonna just take a break and then regain 30 pounds after losing 20. And so, yes, you can see fast results. Yes, we have clients that see fast results, that sustain said results, but you have to be in a position to do the work, and the work has to be sustainable. I just had a call with a client today. Actually, I talked about him 2 weeks ago, last week, and he's seeing too fast for results. We're actually bumping up his calories because his weight is coming down too fast, and he's kind of under eating. And so there's a mindset that can creep up where the fewer calories the better, and we try to really chip away at that and make sure that doesn't happen. And we do that by bumping up the calories and focusing on protein. So that's what we do. All right, we're doing RDLs. I gotta move some things. Also, people tend to like when I do these lectures at the end of the lift, at the end of the workouts. I am always open to suggestions. So if you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to talk about and lecture about and what you want to learn about, let me know. I take all the weight off of this bad boy. That goes for you too, Bird. Alright. Pickles! Welcome to the chat. I just realized I should not do RDLs that way. Here we go. Thank you. I am all red. Also, represent the home team again. It's one of our shirts. I really should drop a merch store. Especially since I have like 5 more t-shirt designs in the pipeline. I haven't made them, but they're cool. I have a few other shirts that you guys haven't seen. At least one other one. All right. Also, if you are not trying to fall backwards, I technically did for a little while. Pickles, you asked if I sold merch. I did for a little while have an Etsy store with merch and stuff, but I never pushed it or promoted it or anything. And so I just kind of put it up to have it. And so I got rid of it, meaning the Etsy listings kind of expired. So I probably have a shirt that, I have some merch like here in my closet. Probably could find something your size. So I have to think of a bit of every size. But if you find exercise really boring and you do want to take action before the holidays, we have our November story arc starting next Monday. It is a great opportunity to get immersed into, essentially, it is my homebrew D&D campaign, but it's essentially that loaded on top of customized programming, nutrition counseling, customized nutrition help, as well as other gamification to where you earn XP, you level up kind of like in-game and IRL, and you are eligible to win some awesome loot. And if you join and you refer somebody and they join and win, then you both gain first prize. So if somebody you refer wins first prize, you also win first prize. So the more you refer, the more you increases your chance to win. And then I have a few clients, because clients enter free, and it's $49 for anybody else. And I have a few clients who are talking about getting their whole D&D party in there, because it's a great way to get started, and our clients are seeing awesome results. So jumping in for $49 to get a good healthy start, can't beat that. Especially since everything's customized. Most challenges give you cookie cutter workouts, and you can get that for free with my book. And so I wanted to add more value by making things customized. So we're gonna hit this set. I'm gonna leave at 135 today. I think that leg press took me out a little bit more than I thought. So we'll do 135, even though it's not that heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Boom. Oh. Also, I found out the ad situation, what I was doing there. Do you want me to show you proper form on deadlift? I can talk about that. Give me a second to breathe. I'll do it after this next set, because I'll just put the bar on the ground. You want conventional deadlift, so we can teach you how to lift 4 plates? So I did a little digging on what the ads look like. I had the settings messed up, and I have a delayed pre-roll, so you guys shouldn't see an ad when you jump in. It should be delayed 20 minutes, I think. And then I have it so that way you see 3 minutes of ads within a 1 hour time frame. And I think they're 3 1-minute ads. And the reason why I have to do 3 minutes, I tried to do lower, but the reason why I'm doing 3 minutes is because it allows me to delay the pre-roll ad, and I figured that would be higher value to be able to jump in and watch the stream right away than to have a 30-60 second pre-roll ad. And so that's why I have that. Because I thought it was 1 minute per hour, but it's 3 minutes per hour. You said you want me to do conventional deadlift, Pickles? Because I did sumo last week. No, it doesn't notify me. I think it's unique to each person, so as soon as they log in, there's like a 20-minute timer. So I don't see it, but I know other streamers, it's like on a set timer, not like for each individual viewer. But since I delayed it, I think it goes by like when you jump in, it counts. So, because I don't get notified when there's ads. I would time it to where the ads run while I do my set. Cool. You do need to rock 4 plates. We're gonna rock 1 today. My hamstrings are kind of on fire. 2, 3. 6, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, I fell over. All right. I will have to. You guys just a little bit. Yeah, that's not a good angle. Yeah, you missed the leg press. That was big news. Where the hell am I? Right here. God damn it. Give me a second. I gotta put the setup for me to do reverse lunges anyway, so. I say this every day, but I need to improve my quality here. There, that's better. Oh yeah, daylight savings time is kind of a bitch. You know, fun fact, Arizona and Hawaii don't honor daylight savings time. So, you guys can see me. Still not the best. I can back up. I'm over it. Yeah. It sucks for Arizona for like literally having to deal with anybody outside of the state. So I think this is going to be close to good enough. Let me back you guys up just a hair. Okay, that's got to be better. Pat the possum. I haven't seen Pat in a while. I have not seen the possum. Alright, this has got to be good enough. You guys can see and hear me? So, let's talk about conventional deadlift. Admittedly, I don't particularly love it because it puts more stress on your lower back. And with me having a lower back, like I talked about my injury a little while ago, I choose to do sumo over conventional. And so here is how we do it. For sumo, if you remember, we had our feet wide, roughly outside of hip width, and then toes are pointed at kind of 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Hands inside, traditional. We're keeping our feet hip width, facing forward, and our hands are going to be outside of our hips. Okay, sit here. And so there's a couple ways to approach the bar or set up. Most people will get the bar to their shins, and then roll their shoulders and back, engage their lats, and then when you stand up, you are pulling through your heels, shaving your legs with the bar, and standing up. Again, put the weight down, and so I got a flat back, chest is still upright, and I'm shaving the legs. And you don't have to hyperextend, but just stand straight up. And ideally don't do it on concrete. But how is that? Any questions on that? Oh. It's like 40 degrees and I'm sweating. Yeah, so if you watch people like Eddie Hall, they'll do something like this, where they have their feet, the bar's out here, and they roll it to them and get into position. That's because when Eddie Hall lifted 500 kilos, which is like 1,104 pounds. Ooh, give me a second. They had like a lot of area here to navigate around. And so them rolling the bar to them allows them to kind of open up their hips a little bit and get into a better position. But you don't need to do that unless you have excess baggage. Yeah. A common problem that people do when they hit the weight is they'll come here, grab it, they might be like this, or they'll get into position, and the first thing they do is kick their ass up to where it then just becomes a Romanian deadlift, essentially. And so, ideally, when you come in, set the bar, you want your knees and hips to work at the same time, so you're standing up. And this is where a lot of people kind of go wrong. So, knees and hips, and then standing up. Rather than, I don't know if I could do it, kicking the ass up, and then deadlifting from this position, which is extremely weak. You can tell that you're wrong because your chest is in front of the bar, where instead you want to keep it on above the bar. Oops, that was loud. And even that alone is enough to tax my back. Yeah, sit that ass back. Yeah, pretty much. You're in an ad. Alright, I'll wait. Okay. I don't know if he's still in an ad, but I'll explain it while he's coming back. Yes, when you pull it up, when you kick your hips up and you have that straight back, you are just essentially putting all the stress in your lower back. Hamstrings a little bit, but more so on the lower back. Is there something else? I know pickles, is always the most opportune moment. Yeah, all I was saying was, yes, when you just come up like this, well, hopefully like this, and then kick the hips back, putting your chest over the bar when you stand up, it puts all the stress in your lower back and more so in the hamstrings than doing it in a more conventional way with more upright posture. I was gonna say something along those lines. No, I don't think so. Is that good? Any other questions? You know, you always make sure you have an iron grip when you're walking around bare feet holding weights. We got socks on. No, I think it's a better spot if I put this on top of the pew-pew. You do have a fighting chance. Don't worry. I mean, coming out the gate, never deadlifting before and hitting over 3 plates. I think you failed. You might have failed at 3 plates. No, you failed at 365. You did 3 plates. Coming out of the gate, deadlifting 315. It's pretty respectable. All right, we're doing reverse lunges, body weight. We spent enough time chatting, so let's get it in. We can alternate. So if you don't want to alternate, you can do same side. 8, 9, 10, and switch. Goes 4. And the reason why you can do that is because you get more localized tension. So hold on. Boom. So essentially, if you do it all one side first and then all the other side, you're gonna get more of a burn in that leg versus alternating where your leg is getting a rest when the other leg is doing the lunge. Either are fine. Why did you take, oh, good question. Pickles asked why I took my boots off for a deadlift. It's essentially to give me more depth because my boots have, what is this? Like a 1-inch heel. And so that makes me farther from the bar. And so taking off my boots gets me 1 inch lower. And if you ask Bird, 1 inch can do a lot of work. So. So that's why I take my boots off. Gotcha. Yep. So I got 2 more sets of reverse lunges. Let's get that in. I feel like I need to move this. Nope. It's got weight on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. I think I'm ready for weights. Come on. If you can't remember to keep count, use your fingers. 5. This is 6 in sign language. 7, 8, 9. Gotcha. And 10. Through the floor, exactly. Exactly. Our special, yep. Oh, Bird's talking about our 14-day challenge, story arc, fitness challenge. Grand prize winner gets a customized dagger with your name or your character's name, full character art done, and then a customized Hero Forge mini where you send me the link to it and I will get it sent to you. So it's like $200 value for the grand prize, if not more, I can't remember. And if you refer somebody, they join and they win, you both win the grand prize. It does sound dope. Pickles, fully customized programming, and fully customized nutrition, calories, macros, etc. All for like 1/10 of what we normally charge. So. Food for thought. I always like to alternate what side starts. I know I say that every time. What is that, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, make it harder by doing this. 6, I think. Little shocker. 9, got him, and 10. That sucked. That sucked. Yeah, my legs are burning just doing it. All right. Let's give me a second. We can rant about something. Oh, we don't need that. Where's my rant book? All right, children. I'm gonna do calf raises on this bitch. Oh, I want to take a second. Take a second to breathe. Also, if you want these workouts and many others, completely free, Healthy Adventures 1-Year Beginner Handbook. We're doing level 8, week 3, day 2, lower body. And next, standing calf raises, which we're gonna use this machine. But, story time. My book of grievances. I think I talked about this before, but I don't know if I heard somebody say it recently or if I was just thinking about it, but hi kids, you like violence, exactly. I have a lot of conversations with people who need to lose a large amount of weight, right? And this isn't your people. We don't always work with people who just need to lose 20 pounds. In fact, I tend to find that those people aren't that motivated. And so we like working with people who need to lose like 50 plus pounds. It's not uncommon for us to work with somebody who wants to lose over 100 pounds. And so I like personally helping people like that more because it has a bigger impact on their life. And I want to have as big an impact on people's lives as possible. And being able to, be a more present parent, play with your kids, walk upstairs without getting out of breath, do the dishes without taking a rest in between. Those are much more impactful on your health and your life than just simply trying to look good in a bathing suit, which liking the way you look shirtless and naked are perfectly fine goals, and you definitely should like the way you look, but there should also there could also be other goals. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do, but one thing that I hear a lot with working with people who want to lose 50 to 100 pounds is sometimes they're like, I don't really care how much I weigh as long as I look good. And I'm like, well, you're over 300 pounds. You need to focus on the scale. Because if you're trying to lose 80 pounds, that 80 pounds needs to come off. 300 pounds of pure muscle or 300 pounds of fat weighs the same on the heart. And a lot of people don't realize that, where they're like, oh, I don't care if I'm like 280 pounds fully shredded. Like, okay, first off, would be an Olympic bodybuilder. And second off, they die at like age 50. And so focusing on the scale is not this taboo, toxic thing that people are making it out to seem, but it is, one piece to a puzzle. Some people think, for some people it is a bigger piece of the puzzle, like somebody who wants to lose 100 pounds. Yeah, absolutely. Han YOLO, I like that name, by the way. You said you broke your back a while ago. Your goal was initially to get your back stronger, get back into fighting shape, which you treat fairly well, which is great. And now your goal is to keep me interested in a move and to dunk a basketball and get a six-pack. Absolutely nothing wrong with having goals like that. I think you should be able to improve athleticism, your fitness, like the way you look, become lean, have a shredded six-pack. I think those are all totally fine. I just noticed that the people that we talk to who say, oh, I think it would be cool to have a six-pack, aren't interested in coaching. And again, there's nothing wrong with not being interested in coaching. It's just those are the people that we don't work with because they're not interested in coaching. So again, nothing wrong with that. What are we doing? Oh, this. Fuck. All right, you guys are going to watch me struggle because I have no idea how to actually change this stuff. So I should be able to move this down. So I take this off. This should be like a pin quick release, but it's not. This is not a commercial style. So. And I'll probably take one plate off. But we have a setup for cabs. So that should be pretty neat. This comes off. Take this side off. Oh, I was gonna write this down on the board, but today I weighed in at a new low. 223.6. Starting weight was 272.2, which means I've lost, what is that, 49.4 pounds? Uh, 6 pounds, I think, 49.6. And so I'm pretty close to losing 50 pounds, which is my first goal. Where the hell does this go? I don't think that's right. Is that right? Oh, edit. Got little holes there. Alright, so next is this bad boy. What are we doing in the chat? Han, I hope your back's doing well. Oh, I almost fell. Yeah. Yes, you said you think some oversight's good, and oh, I didn't see your message. I had coaching, an exercise physiologist. Oh, nice. Was that like, was it like physical therapy? You said you ceased because it wasn't really moving fast enough, and you built a home gym. Nothing wrong with that at all. There is a point for sure where once you kind of learn the exercises that they want you to do and everything like that, you can easily do it at home. I think the benefit to going places like that would be to, if you need more knowledge or if you need accountability, but it sounds like you don't need the accountability. But yeah, I kind of half joke that a big part of our job in the beginning is pulling the reins back for somebody who wants to do like the all or nothing. So very much the idea of pulling the reins back if you have a stupid idea. Yeah, Bird, your dad has been... yeah, your dad has been going through the ringer, that's for sure. Alright, so how does this work? I think I gotta do this front facing, which is so stupid. Oh. Alright, I know this workout's taken a while, but we've been chatting, so. Oh, God. Yes, gracious. Great balls of fire starting in goddamn squats. Ooh. Alright. Okay. Alright, I can get down on this. I'll move the camera angle for the next set. I just want to try this. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I like this. Maybe. There we go. This should be better. Thanks, Han. Thanks for the follow. I'm gonna go through your messages here. Whoa. That is a hack squat, correct. You helped me pull the reins back. Yes, yeah. I think a large part of like any type of therapist is to pull the reins back so that way you don't, like you said, in your words, do something stupid that's going to exasperate or prolong the injury. Full stack the leg press. Nice, how'd that go? That's funny. Hey, sometimes, I mean, I think taking a phone call during a session, I think that's a little unprofessional, so I think that was a good idea. Yes, yes, Han, it is. It's actually a hack squat leg press combo. I did the leg press variant at my first lift of the day. You can do it with your face. If you're talking like facing the pad, like your face in the pad, I don't like doing that. It's like they call it a front hack squat or a reverse hack squat. Sick. Hey, not bad at all. So it's the most pressure you put on the back, and it's still the most pressure actually with a decent stack. Nice. Do you know how much weight it was? Oh. All right, let's hit this again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of hack squats, but I do like this. I like doing calves on it. Still not a good angle. I can add weight next time. There we go. No, no. So let's play it back on. Oh, oh. Take a second to breathe. 200 kilos? That's un-American speak. That's 440 pounds, I believe. For those of you who don't speak un-American. You said, Pickles, where my feet are is where you would put your back would be. Yes, that is the first version or variant that I did. This goes down here. You can't see it. And then these platforms flip up to be the leg press platform. So it does both. That's why I bought this. It's a leg press hack squat combo. And it has a calf raise attachment. So yeah, so you guys are right. I also took me 6 fucking weeks to get this thing fully set up because they didn't send me all the shit. So I got it yesterday and set it up a half hour before stream. So I want to test this bad boy out. Bad. That was not bad at all, gang. Alright, so we're going to move you back over here and watch me do core. 200. Yeah, sorry. That's about 440 pounds. Right, Han? By Corolla? What part did you miss, Pickle? I can repeat myself. I gotta move this anyway, so. I started playing Persona again, Persona 5. I don't know why, but I'm not really in the mood to play anything. So when I'm not in the mood to play anything, I end up just playing a bunch of games until I find the one that scratches that itch. And I'm like 12 hours into Persona 5. £440, that's pretty big. You said, did you know calves will grow the moment you only do the negative at the moment you're doing the positive? I was doing both, concentric and eccentric. Muscles do tend to grow more during the eccentric phase, the negative, as you're talking about. It's just exclusive to the calves. Nice. Yeah, you have two categories, pre-injury and post-injury. Oh, okay. Yes, 200 kilos is 440 pounds, which is pretty beefy, for sure. And I need to lower these just a bit. I'm operating 2 cameras, and I really shouldn't even be operating one, so. Was that leg press like this one, like where it was a 45-degree leg press? Yeah. Those are great because you can stack on a whole bunch of weight and feel like an actual man. That's actually how I hurt my back. I said this earlier, but I had probably 700 pounds on the leg press, and I put my arms behind my head on the bench, and I arched my back, and that put all that force into the leg press. So you guys can see me. We're gonna do Russian twists, 10 each. See me better here? Again, I suck at core, taking my boots off because they're heavy, and I'm doing leg raises. So, Russian twist, you want to lean back, you can put your feet up in the air, balance on your hips, hands together, rotate at the upper body, not just your hands because you're not doing anything. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then back to leg raise. So I like to put my hands under my hips so I can balance properly. Keep your legs straight if you can. Fuck, these suck. I just feel in my hips. So if you feel low back pain doing these, the chances are you're letting your lower back arch off the mat. And a way to prevent that, just like when doing the leg press, belly button into the floor, you can flex, and it'll keep your low back flat into the ground. And I realized yesterday I watched the stream again, and when I was writing on the whiteboard, after I did core, my back was all dirty. I look like a idiot. Hold on. Yeah, you said it sounds gross. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I had to go to PT as well. Yeah, deadlift, you can easily hurt yourself. That's Picklefoot. He hurt his back at my house. Oh, that's how you hurt your back? Yeah, and 120 keys isn't... What is that? That's 250 pounds? Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Because that's, yeah, 270 pounds. Okay, yeah, so it's not a super, super high weight, but it's also like not a warm up, right? Yeah. It could be just one of those things, man. This repetitive stress, it just happens. People herniate discs just bending down to tie their shoes just because it happens to be that particular stress at that particular moment was the final straw, you know? You could have been, you weren't doing anything wrong in particular. All right. Smash my head on that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Again, belly button into the mat. 3. I like to keep the legs straight, toes pointed up. I get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel it. Easily my weakest area. You guys all get to sit here and watch me. Osteoporosis. Play too much on the computer, yeah. Did you get like your T-scores done? Was it like your lower spine? That's good. That's good. So, if you were osteoporosis, or I think porotic is the proper term, you said you got a reverse, or you're now in like osteopenia? Yeah. The BIA, if it's talking about bone density, I would really take that with a grain of salt. Doing a DEXA every 3 months is very solid. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I used to work at a facility that used to use we used to use DEXA scanners as well as like metabolic carts to do VO2 max tests and resting metabolic rate tests, and we did body fat percentage tests through the DEXAs, and so I would take advantage of those, and I would go. We also had a 3D scanner, but I would get a DEXA scan and like step on the scale that morning and see what the difference was in body fat percentage. And you know, $30 scale, $100,000 machine, they were off by like 2%. And I was like, you know what, I'll take that 2% difference. Yeah, that's good. Definitely take it, you know, measure it from different angles, different sources. I think that's all fantastic. Especially since you said you're 34. You don't want osteoporosis to be what takes you out. All right, last set. Best set, right? 4, 6, 8. Oh, fuck. 10. I'm really afraid I'm gonna hit my head on that. Oh, fuck. I feel like a beached whale. Alright. Oh. Alright, gang. Yeah. I found my scale was off by about 2%. 2 to 3%, I think. So it wasn't bad. Again, $30 scale you can use every single day. DEXA scanner you want to use quarterly or monthly, which is also like a $100,000 machine. So. Yeah. Oh, that is an expensive scale. Damn. Damn, all right. Where's that? Give me 1 second. So we're gonna do something of a lecture today. I'll go over what I already did. How's that board? Oh, we need to raise it. All right. Let me catch my breath for a second. Spreadsheet for days. Nice. How do you like your Whoop? I had you had like an 8-day trial or something like that, month trial maybe, and I didn't particularly love it. Whoop is also a very interesting business platform because it's a subscription. You don't just pay for the band. Features put. Oh, cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, 100%. They added that after I stopped using it. I have an Apple Watch, and there's an app called Athletic, but it's like ATHLYTIC or something like that. And it kind of did like the exact same thing that Whoop did, but it was $30 for a year versus $30 a month. Oh, that's cool. It said add voice and large language models. Everybody's adding AI. Yeah, I don't like it either. But Whoop is a subscription. Alright, so what we did today. Tuesday, November 4th. Remember, out of here, level 8, week 3, day 2, legs for our four-day upper lower split. And if you do want this ebook completely free, link is in our Discord. Oh, Bird's already dropping it. So if you want this workout, join the Discord, completely free, and just grab your copy of this. About 330 pages of pure girth. Oh, I've never even heard of the Hume Band. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That and like a Peloton, everything uses a subscription model. Peloton, and then if they don't have a subscription model, then what they use, like my AirPods for example, they make them just to live the life until the next model comes out, and then you gotta buy a new one. I don't think it's a coincidence that my AirPods are going within like 6 months of the next gen coming out. But today, we did leg press on our actual leg press. 6 weeks of waiting, finally got it set up. Barbell Romanian deadlift, we went lightweight on that. Body weight reverse lunges, probably could have added a weight on that. Calf raises, not barbell, but on the hack squat, which I really liked. We did Russian twists and leg raises, both sucked. And then now we're going to talk about, I want to do the Ranger. Does that sound cool? We're going to do a Ranger workout program based on the Ranger class. Also, if you're interested in a fancy D&D based fantasy fitness campaign, our November story arc of the Sunfire Chronicles starts November 10th. Great for beginners who hate exercise and want a way to gamify things, earn XP in real life, and gain loot in real life. Oh, I love RDLs. RDLs are one of my favorite exercises. Oh, I love them. I hate lunges, but I love RDLs. So let's do Ranger. Alright, I want to do this one because I think it's going to be slightly different than like what we did with the fighter. Fighter was push-pull leg split with a couch to 5K 8-week program spread among 12 weeks, which would be in there. No, I don't like lunges. I did bodyweight lunges today. And so Rangers, let's talk about goals. Like we did with the fighter, we need to do a needs analysis, right? So let's talk about that. You guys see me still? Cool. Goals for the Ranger. They need to be strong, not overly strong, we'll say moderately. They definitely need to have endurance, right? And they need to have, that's really about it. I mean, they have some magic, but you're not going to work out for that. But they need to have a moderate level of strength and a good amount of endurance. They don't need to be like overly quick. They are a little bit, but not like a rogue, and probably not as nimble or athletic as like a fighter. So we only really need to focus on strength and endurance. And they don't need to be overly strong either. So with that, we'll do like a moderate strength training with some good endurance training. Sorry, I'm going through your messages, hon. Boom. Yeah, you can flex on your mates with lunges, explosivity, nice. And then plus you want to dunk, so you need to do a lot of like weighted explosive movements. Any like Olympic lifts maybe too. Cool. So we're doing a Ranger. Let's say we're going to do a 5-day split. Excuse me. We'll do Monday. I fucked it up last time. I didn't have enough room. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Is that going to give you enough room? So with the Ranger, focusing on strength and endurance, I want to prioritize cardio over strength. So Pickles, you asked me what's more important, cardio or strength, and I said, you almost sent me a bigger board. I could use a bigger board, and I actually want to add it to the wall, like actually secure it. You asked me what's more important, cardio or strength. For a Ranger today, it's cardio. I'd say it's probably cardio is more important for most people because they tend to shy away from it. You're only 5'11"? I think that's higher than average. Taller than average. Oh yeah, only 5'11" in dunking. I said that's pretty impressive. Yes. Yeah, I would say cardio with a weighted vest is good. Ranger vibes. You know, you're kind of like wearing a pack. Excuse me. I was gonna say a ruck, but doing like a weighted ruck or marching, rucking, walking is great. We're not gonna do that because I want this to be more like beginner level. And so what we'll do here is, I'm not gonna write it all out, but our cardio days. Whoops. Yeah, well, let's make it neat. Our cardio is going to be some kind of 10K training. If you want, you can do a couch to 5K and then transition that to a 10K. If you're just starting off, I would recommend with the couch to 5K, which is also in this book. And then since Rangers need to have more cardio and more endurance, you can transition that to a 10K. You can actually do a couch to 10K training program. I think those are like 16-week programs. But you would run 3 days a week, and you would do strength training 2 days a week. So let's talk about what that looks like. So with a 2-day split, we're gonna do upper lower. Upper lower, very simple, very easy to do. Upper, lower. I like upper lower. You could make an argument for 2 total body days because they need to be more fit and athletic. But I like doing upper lowers. And again, I want this to be more like a first level Ranger. This is a first level Ranger. So we'll start off with a couch to 5K, which I just erased. and then transition that into a 10K training program. And then that will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Upper, lower, which we can very much mirror what we're doing in here. As I think week 8 or level 8 is the first level where we do a upper lower split. Let's find out. Yeah, because weeks 5, 6, levels 5, 6, and 7 are push pull legs. And so we'll do upper lower, and we can actually go back to week 1 and figure out what we did. And this is assuming you have access to a gym. Who is talking? Seven days a week at 45 minutes. That sounds like you're doing 75 hard. What are you talking about, Bird? Somebody dip out. So upper lower. Let's talk about what we did 2 weeks ago to start us off. And we'll do days 1 and 2 for the upper and lower split. So we'll do bench press. And then bent over row. Yeah. For this, you can do dumbbell or barbell. If we're just starting off, let's do dumbbell. You can also use dumbbell bench, but I prefer barbell. And then we can do incline fly. We'll do incline bench. We'll do dumbbell, obviously. You can do barbell incline bench, but that is slightly more progress, I mean. And again, we're first level here. And then we will do bis and tris. So skull crushers with curls. Some of my favorite. And then we will do crunches and planks. Do you see that? Is that legible? Yeah, dumbbell bench is fun. It's totally fine. I prefer barbell just because it allows me to add, focus more on strength. But dumbbell's good if you have either a tricky shoulder and you want to be like in a more neutral grip position to save your shoulder, or if you want to have like a little bit of a bigger range of motion. Couch to 5K to 10K. That's our cardio. And then, as always, everything that we're going to do 3 by 10, with the exception being planks at 30 seconds. Everything else will be 3 by 10. There. Cool. How does that sound? That eraser is. Thank you, Pickles. Next, lower body. And like we did 2 weeks ago, we'll do squat. We'll do RDLs, Han's favorite, barbell. We'll do barbell squat as well. And then we can do seated leg extension, legged curls, but with us trying to be somewhat more functional, I would rather do like a step up with dumbbells. Because if you're a ranger, think about you're traversing elevated terrain, so you're going to want to step up. And then calves, because why not? 3 by 10. We'll do standing. And then for core, we'll do what we did today. Russian twists. And then leg raises. Oops. And again, these are going to be supersetted there. And so this is a quick and easy first level cardio, first level ranger. And everything is going to be 3 by 10. I like 3 by 10 because it is a good happy medium. It's a sweet spot for most people. Strength gains as well as muscle gains, and risk of injury is very, very minimal. Planks. Hey, we did planks yesterday, Picklefoot. You saw they weren't that awful. Wow. You said, Han, you could do more dumbbell than you could barbell bench. That is significant. Are you as someone who hasn't played D&D yet, each week are you building a specific workout plan for each character? That character you'd be meaning class, Picklefoot. But kind of. So I wanted to do it just because I think this is like just a good thought experiment, and you could arguably make a more thematic workout that is much more ranger-esque, where, like Han said, you can kind of put on a weighted vest or a weighted backpack, throw some D&D books in a pack, and go like walking out in the woods and stuff like that, and do more functional total body training. But I wanted something that is like realistic for pretty much everybody. So this is, again, first level ranger, upper lower split, and then your cardio is going to be a couch to 5K, transitioning to a 10K because rangers are more cardio based. And the contrast to this compared to the fighter is we did a 3-day gym split, push pull legs, and 2 days cardio, only doing a couch to 5K. And so you can kind of see how one focuses on cardio over strength and the other one's the opposite side of that coin. Both will improve cardio and strength. And so I wanted to do this as like a nice thought experiment and like a lecture, and maybe kind of motivate somebody to do this because they're doing their Aragorn build or something like that. Also, sneak peek, I want to create like 12-week programs based around classes, and I guess this is a little peek behind the curtain on how it's done. Based in class, yes. We are all very classy here. Yeah, 100 keys. That's a plate on each side, right? That's like two plates on each side. Sorry, that's the 2-plate club, right? That's 225 for us. Well, that'd be 220, I guess, but 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it'd still be 2 plates on each side. Because those 45-pound plates are 20 keys, right? Hey man, never count yourself out. That is happening. 2 plates. You said you're 5'11". How much do you weigh? Any questions on this? It seems like we always get a little pop in viewership when I bust out the whiteboard, so I want to be here for questions. 80 keys? 225 or 100 keys bench is very respectful. Yeah, bench body weight. Can you bench your body weight? Post broken back, that's important. That's important. I benched yesterday and I was talking about how to keep like that lower back straight. I like to arch my lower back, but it's important to make sure it's safe when you do it. So, this is our Ranger program. Again, I took the workout straight out of this book, completely free ebook. The workouts are in here somewhere. There's a lot of other good, buttery goodness in here as well. 330 pages. There's a sleep guide, cooking and shopping guide, 40 recipe cookbook, 172 workouts in here, 12-month workout program, going from the couch to becoming a gym rat in here, all completely free. Just join the Discord, which is also free. And so that's that. I have been doing this for an hour and a half. I think that's good enough for me. Tomorrow, let's bust it out. Tomorrow we're going to do upper body, just like we have been. We're going to be hitting pull-ups, everybody's favorite. We're going to do shoulder press. This says dumbbell, we're doing barbell instead. And then we're going to do some single arm rows there. And then we'll do bis and tris. And we'll be doing some core, of course. And then Thursday we're going to do leg day, just like we have been. So I'm going to stream 4 days this week. The following 2 weeks, I'll probably only be streaming 3 days. So we'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, just double check in. Han, I appreciate the chats, man. I appreciate the conversation. Feel free to join tomorrow. I can tell you're very interested in this stuff and you have a good knowledge base. So I like having good conversations with people as well as answering simple questions. So I like having good conversation. Hence why I bust out the whiteboard to try to have conversation and educate. So was 85 keys on the bench, but You only weighed low 60s. Jesus, man, you're lean. You said at 6 feet, 60 keys was it like 135 pounds? That's very lean. Yeah, get the free ebook. It depends, man. I work, Picklefoot Ass Card Shop. I work later on Thursday, so I don't remember what time I stop my calls. I stream so late because I work so late. Yeah, you'll be around for sure. Gotta get that rhabdo, absolutely. We can't lift weights all day. Cool. Also, for those joining late or watching the VODs, everything's got uploaded on YouTube. Normally the day after, but this week it'll be 2 days after. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you want to do you even lift, bro, comments, feel free to throw those in as well. I saw a few messages get deleted in the chat here, so I think we had some spams, some trolls. But other than that, I'm gonna head out, see what Bird's up to, hopefully play Pokemon, and then if you guys all, make sure you guys all have a fantastic night, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Come with questions. And if you want me to lecture on something, either put it in the captions, or put it in the comments, DM me on Instagram or Discord, or you can come in here with a comment, because like I said, I like doing this after my lifts. I think I enjoy doing this more than I enjoy lifting, so I want to do that. Other than that, guys, you have a fantastic night, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow.